Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, here on Dork Tales. Welcome back. This is episode 33, The Odd Cow. What's wrong with this cow? Who knows? Don't have a cow, man. It's going to be a great episode. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I use he and him, and I am very excited to be back. I get to play games with my friends for a living, so it's pretty great over here in BC. Things have been a little chaotic on Dork Tales recently. We've had a bunch of schedule mix-ups and things like that, so I want to thank everybody for being patient while we solidify the adjusted schedule. I have so many cool things to tell you about that we're doing in the next couple of months, and a bunch of games that are coming real soon that are pretty great. But before I tell you about any of that, or before we play Phandelver tonight, I want to tell you about something else that's really great, and it's my players. Let's hear from them, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I play Lady Alessandra Celeste Martine Barraquel, our Ismar Paladin Oath of the Watchers. And
Who used spicy language.
What?
Last episode you used the spicy language.
It's been too long and too much.
You told an Illithid to go fuck itself.
Right! I forgot about the Illithid. Right. Okay, yeah, a lot's been going on.
All right, over in the corner, loving the cat for Caitlan. Loving the chat for Caitlan. There we go.
I don't have a cat. Hello, I'm Caitlan. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I'll be playing Anthea Briarfoot, the artificer halfling alchemist of the group, and her homunculus servant Squish.
Which I've given an upgrade.
Yeah.
So when we go to maps, you'll see that Squish now is like a couple of different colors. He's kind of cool.
It's so good. It's
So good. Down beneath you, we have the... I don't know. You got great horns, Amy.
Thanks, I made them myself.
Yeah. It's Amy.
I'm proud of them. Hi, I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, they, them, and I am playing Lyric, the tiefling bard, sometimes sorcerer.
Fantastic.
Also she, her, they, them.
Who is an actor?
Is now an actor. Was always an actor, now is more of an actor, like actor squared.
Actor squared. That's fair. And speaking of actor squared, the best dressed one in the house is definitely Christa, because did you know that with Halloween coming, you can buy your own Carmilla costume on our TeePublic store?
You can indeed. It won't be quite as shiny, but you could add rhinestones to yours.
Bedazzled.
You could put it on a tie-dye sweater.
That's back now. You could put it on tie-dye, so that might even be even better. Will Carmilla have a hippie arc? We shall see. I'm Christa. I use she, they, or her, them pronouns, and I play Carmilla Alizarin, our Dampier Battlemaster fighter, something like that. And I have an obnoxiously large water thing that also has a minion on it. So this is the energy I'm bringing today.
Perfect. And last but not least, bringing also the banana energy, it's Chris. Banana! I'm out.
Hi. Wow.
That used to be my ringtone.
Banana. Well, that's all for tonight. Thanks, everybody. It's been a real slice. I'm gonna head. Hi, I'm Chris. I am playing Sindri, or half-elven monk. We have the Ascendant Dragon. I use he or they pronouns. Sindri uses he or him pronouns. It's fall. Weather's changing. I'm happy to be here.
You've had pumpkin spice?
I've had a pumpkin spice treat at some point.
Yep.
Today.
I monitor your calories. It's fine.
Is the pumpkin beer out? I want a pumpkin beer.
Probably. Depends if you like the good ones or not. Because if you like the bad ones, those are available all year round.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they really are. And of the era of like bacon beers, the same sort of taste in pumpkin beer exists, and which is like highly chemical and real. Kelly, you bought me a bacon beer back in 2011 or so.
I did, and it's probably still there. It's probably still in your guts.
Probably.
It is still part of you.
One day I will find the banana bread beer again, and my life will be complete.
Oh, I remember that thing. That thing was dope.
We'll go on a hunt
drank
together.
beer, and I liked that thing. It just smelled good being opened. Right? Hey folks,
one of the few alcoholic beers that one of the few beers that actually like tastes as good as it smells.
Yeah, right. Most of the beers just taste exactly how they smell, which is why I don't drink beer. But hey, folks, guess what? It's Phandelver time. If you did not watch last episode, you missed out, because last episode they frickin' blitzed the entire dungeon again by going to the left. I'm not kidding. This, like, spoiler for Phandelver and below. You want to beat this module in record time? Go to the left. This dungeon is, like, everything in this apparently is designed to the left. They bypassed 2/3 of the dungeon and went straight into the final boss's lair.
So, unlike Doctor Who, turn left is a great option in D&D.
Yes, at least in this one. I'm very excited to be playing tonight because this is going to be a lot of fun today. So after the last episode, you guys decided that you were going to be heading back, so we're going to be on our way back to Phandalin. I almost say Phandelver every time, but on our way back to Phandalin, and it should be a rollicking good time. But before we do that, I need to thank our 6th party member, a little place called Bookwyrm Games. Hey, if you need more dice, Bookwyrm Games is exactly where you should go. They are a fantastic site that kind of run out of the local Vancouver area, and they provide dice worldwide. If you spend 100 Canadian dollars, like 73, 74 US dollars right now, you can get global shipping no matter where you are on the planet. You can get dice sent to you. And you can save 15% by using code DORKTALES. They've got all sorts of dice, from liquid core to metal to actual gemstones. In fact, I roll amethyst dice when I run my Mage the Ascension games because they sent me something, because they love me and I love them. We're best friends. They also have an adventure module book that's coming out next year and a bunch of great stuff that they've been working on. They also have their own Patreon for 3D printable minis. And by minis, I mean mini familiars. That's right. If you need a forever friend, go to Familiar Forge 320. That's patreon.com/familiarforge320. And check out what they got. It's pretty reasonable to sign up, and they got a bunch of really cool stuff there. They also have occasional Kickstarters for cool enamel pins and other great stuff like that. So thank you to Bookwyrm Games for being an amazing sponsor. And last episode, I also encouraged you all to go check out the Kickstarter for Monument Studios. Monument Studios sponsored us to do some community blasts so that I would just tell people about it. And I decided to share a little bit of extra info on live stream just because I really like their music. We've used a ton of it over time. And I'm happy to say that they are at, like, last time I checked, they were at more than 200% of their fundraising goal. They're just kicking ass right now. I think they're at almost 3 times what it's supposed to be, and I hope they're doing great. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. Check the last video or some of our more recent videos, and there is a Google Drive link with a bunch of music that they've provided for free for everybody in it. So go check that out. It's from their Wrath edition. I have a couple of songs from that I actually am going to be using in this episode that I really like, and it should be a lot of fun. So thanks, Monument Studios, for sponsoring us for that little thing, and for giving us all sorts of music. I plan to use a lot of it in the days ahead. Folks, we have so much cool shit that we have to go through, and I don't know. Should I tell everybody on the break some of the things that are happening? I'll wait till the break. So stick around to the break. I'll give a bunch of really cool info out to everybody. And yeah, and if you're listening later on podcast, it'll be a surprise to you because I cut the breaks, unfortunately, which means that we're going to crash.
Let's drive.
Let's drive. All right. So speaking of drive, let's do it like Ryan Gosling, because we're enough. Does anybody have any last things that they want to check in on? Don't forget that you have the mud tower in your possession now. Your mud orb, which is pretty.
The morb, if you will.
The morb. It's morbing time.
Oh no!
Oh, I got the morbs.
It must be morbing time.
The mud slick tower.
Oh my
That's
god!
Right.
God, I would prefer it be called the morbing tower.
The morbing. You call it the morbing tower. So.
Wait, I was gonna say, I also want to thank Bookwyrm for giving me and my friends an absolutely riot laugh, because my friend was looking through my dice and saw some of the beautiful ones that Raven very kindly purchased for me from Bookwyrm Games, and she was like, "Oh my god, where did you get these?" I was like, "I got them from Bookwyrm Games. Use code DORKTALES for 10% off," as like
15.
a live ad read at my friend's gaming table, and we all got a really good laugh out of it.
Hey, do it.
That's
Do it.
I did my best Kelly impression.
You got to put a little more Markiplier in it, I think. A little more Markiplier. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Get some Bookwyrm Games.
I did. I gave a good spin on it. I promise.
Did you? Five Nights at Freddy's. Whoa, etc.
I believe I even threw in a good old arm pump.
God, is that what I'm like? Is this the horrible ordeal of being known?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let us begin with the easiest episode. Also, I just wanted to say someone left a comment on 2 episodes ago, because we're a week behind on release schedule, that they said Kelly is really amping up is really into the unnecessary gore on this episode. And I just want to tell you, the gore's necessary. You haven't read my contract. I have to do it. Besides, you were in the Underdark. Of course it's going to be gory. It's going to be gory. It's going to be great. And the rest of this campaign is real gory. So I hope you enjoy it. It becomes a horror module as of a couple episodes ago. It sneaks up on you. You know, like Bill Skarsgård. But I'll tell you more about Bill Skarsgård and movies and theaters and special things that we're working on during the break. It's time for us to hop into game. Now, before we do that, let's begin with a little reminder. Last episode, you managed to make it into the heart of Gibbet Crossing. There, you faced an Illithid. Its name will be lost to time, but those who knew it would know it as Kunbraxel. Kunbraxel sent a wave of Grimlocks after you to act as frontline combatants, but surely enough, with righteous anger, you slew them. And soon, Kunbraxel fell beneath your blade as well. But as it did, it shared information with you. Not only was what was happening in Phandelver and beneath a dark ritual. It was one designed to create a new Illithid empire on the surface world. It was drawing power from the far realm. As a group of chosen ones prepared a ritual far beneath. It informed you that the obelisk fragments that you had collected would boost the ritual, but not really have anything to do with its completion. And that at the end of this, all that you care about in Phandelver would be transformed into Illithids, even if they survived. Survived an unstoppable ritual that would cause the far realm to twist your bodies and shatter your sanity. From there, you rested, hiding in the ancient drow vault, until dreams of darkness dragged Ellasandra into a room that had been used as a throne room for the Illithid. There, you discovered that there was a wall mural drawn in chalk. It showed the obelisk, reassembled with all 7 parts. 3 stylized mind flayers surround it, sequestered in an underground stronghold deep beneath Phandelver that was labeled Illithanok. Wavy lines emanated from these 3 mind flayers to a sketch of Phandelver, which apparently was miles above. The tiny humanoid figures in the town, touched by the wavy lines, appear to be transforming into mind flayers. Anthea investigated, seeing that several mathematical formulas calculated that the percentage of people who would transform into mind flayers was roughly between 3 and 7 out of 10, with all those who failed to transform painfully dying. So, with that, you now know that this ritual is being cast by a trio of mind flayers somewhere beneath Phandelver. And that is where we're going to begin game. You were looking at this this horrible sign of what is to come. From here, you need to make your way back up to Talhundrath, perhaps grabbing Rivybiddle along the way, and hoping that your horses were still outside where you'd left them some 3 days ago. Looking at the writing of the mind flares on the wall, what do you do?
Oh, that's pretty awful. Should we, get out of here?
Yeah, we should probably find Rivybiddle, who's certainly not my father.
Oh, I didn't think he was.
No,
But,
he thought he adopted me, but
Oh,
Sort
well,
of an
good
odd
clarification.
thing to just say. I didn't
Yeah.
think that needed saying.
yeah, I just felt like it needed saying for, myself and no one else.
Oh,
I suppose it's been weighing on your mind then?
Yeah, it's almost like I can hear a voice in the back of my brain, kind of voicelessly telling me that. But I think I'm wearing this crown, so I should be immune from outside influences. So it really means that
And
it's
it's
just
an
me
inside
worrying about it.
influence? Oh.
Yeah. Well, the crown's speaking to me now. Time for it to go. Nah,
Well,
it's.
What you're actually concerned about?
No, I think I'm actually just worrying about. Sindri looks at the mural of everyone turning into mind flayers.
I'm
I
worried about that one too.
Yeah, I think maybe if I'm glib and deflect from what I'm really worried about, things feel like they're not as big a deal.
Hmm.
Right.
Well, time to unpack that
Done
later,
before.
but
Sounds like a problem for future, Sindri.
yeah, I could just bottle it down and not do it. Really shove it
Sure.
down there.
I personally find standing on the edge of very tall towers and staring at the cloud-covered moon and just sort of, feeling bad about it helps.
Whenever I get too worried about something, I just dive into my work, and then I forget all about it until I stop, and then I just start again.
I am kind of finding that attacking things really helps.
Oh. I mean, it is really nice to lob those fire bolts.
It was very satisfying to kill that mind flayer.
Right?
I bet you.
Thorns? Those I don't share though. Those. Mm-hmm.
Regardless, we should probably go find him.
I agree. After this heart-to-heart, let's go.
Let's get out of here. I hate it here.
It does seem, in fact, quite time sensitive, so let us leave.
Right. True. We don't really want to die. I think. Currently.
That was not on my to-do list.
So what's the
I
plan?
mean, if it was on your to-do list, maybe cross it out,
But that means it's done.
scratch it off.
Right? Or do you use checks?
That would
Is it
mean
a
it's
cross
done.
out?
Well, but
No,
if you
it's
completely
so
scribble it
much
out, then
more
nobody can tell what
satisfying.
was there. So it's not like it's done. It's like it's just didn't exist in the first place.
I mean, it wasn't on my checklist to begin with.
You could just cut it out.
Oh, I like that. Or fold the
Should-
papers. You.
Or you could
I think
invent some
Carmilla
sort of...
is just very softly just sort of hurting everyone.
I think they're all walking out, heading out. Yeah. And it's like, what if you invented some sort of concoction to just cover it up that hides it, that looks like paper
Oh,
or parchment?
that would be interesting. You could actually probably mulch paper together and make a. You know?
And you could almost perhaps keep the mulch in a little bottle and have a little brush at the end, and you could scoop some out and lay it over the part you don't want to be seen anymore, and it would cover the ink, but then when it dries it is like parchment again, and then you write over it.
Wow, that's a great idea. She's gonna take out her book and start writing.
What about if you cut paper really fine, put a layer of glue on it, rolled it all up, and then swoop.
Oh.
And you could just like have auto glue paper that you could just
Oh, I see.
cover.
You like make a roll of it.
Clever.
You'd have to make
Then you
sure it
don't
doesn't
have to
glue
leave
to
it dry.
itself, though. Hmm.
That's true.
Mhm,
Maybe it could be
mhm.
on like some sort of release film.
Or one side of it could be like resistant to the glue that it uses, so it couldn't stick to itself.
Exactly.
Or you could just write it in some other type of, I don't know, charcoal?
Yeah, but then it wouldn't stay forever.
True.
Or perhaps you could invent some kind of special ink that when you apply heat to it, it dissipates.
Oh.
I
That
know
would be
there's
good
some sort
too.
of magic ink that does something like that, I think.
I
I'll
mean,
have
there's
to
liquids that you
investigate.
can use
Never
to
saw
like
the point
lift
of it.
ink.
More research needs to be done. Apparently.
So I need to know, Carmilla, while you're where are you shepherding these folks? So
Just stables. Just so
I love that the admins just spent forever describing
Yeah, I love it. I was trying to figure out some sort of whiteout.
I personally had to
I
bring my
couldn't.
favorite one into it, which is the taped stuff.
It's very good. I use them the most.
So clean.
I just got a bunch of those gift from one of our vendors. Anyway,
Oh,
I'm
fancy.
shepherding them
So-
back the way we came, I guess.
yeah. So just a quick reminder, you know that there might have been another way through some of the under tunnels connecting potentially to places in Gibbet Crossing that might have been a quicker turnaround, or you could head back through the Underdark like you did before. Either way works.
Okay, well, if we think it's faster.
It might be more dangerous though.
Exactly. I feel like we should just hustle. How does every sort of as we get to like a parting of ways, I will interrupt our conversation. We do have reason to believe that taking this other direction might be quicker to get back to Gibbet's Crossing, but we also don't know what dangers await us there. Shall we continue back the way we went? Perhaps if we run into that the strange being that like the amethyst and his friends, perhaps they can help us move faster.
I don't really want. Those guys were kind of weird, but I think you might have a good idea.
Cool.
Echoes from the southern hall as you exit into the hallway to the north.
No, absolutely not.
Let us continue.
Okay, no.
Can I get a? Let's see. Does anybody have a passive perception of 12 or higher?
Maybe.
Perfect. You are going to hear the sound of scrabbling footsteps.
We need to go right now.
Oh.
All right. If you are going to run, I would like. Let's go ahead and let's do some athletics tests. Behind you, you can hear the sound of something hitting a microphone. What?
Something naked hitting a microphone.
Something naked. I don't-
Oh no.
That's your other job, Chris. I don't want you to bring that onto the channel unless I'm getting a cut.
Oh, you'll get a cut over. You, I can't even.
All right. You can hear the sound of naked footfalls running in the hallway behind you. I would like an athletics test from everybody who is attempting to run. Squish is exempt
gosh.
because he can just kind of cling.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do some contested athletics rolls. This is going to be you versus whatever is behind you. Anybody who has a passive perception of, let's say, 15 or higher, is going to be able to notice that there are the sound of not only what sounds like naked feet running across the old stone of this underground tomb, but also the sound of something with claws running. something not bipedal. And let's go ahead and do that first roll. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a DC 15 athletics test. And we're just going to do and see who wins and fails. Okay?
Unless Caitlan doesn't want me to, I was going to propose, can I grab Anthea and roll with disadvantage?
Whee!
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's funny.
15,
I was also gonna go for Anthea and be like,
20.
toss fireballs on my shoulder.
Whee!
I was gonna use
Let's
my-
go. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Determination.
Can I get on the thing again?
I'm
The
gonna use
artillery.
determination.
Oh, do we
Oh
still
my god,
have
the
that?
artillery backpack. I forgot about
artillery
the artillery
backpack.
backpack.
I don't know. It would be in the bag of holding now.
Okay,
Not now,
and then
but
hold on one
whenever
sec.
I get.
Okay. So that is going to be out of the people following you. If anybody rolls a nat 20, that will count as 2. So comparing the
Hey!
2 there. So I have 2 fails. You have 1 fail. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Okay, sounds good. You are going to continue as per normal. Behind you, you're going to hear the sound of rushing. Please go ahead. We're going to switch over to our maps. And you guys go ahead and move up to the blur room. So you're going to be able to advance up to the center of 2 rooms down. Behind you, you hear the scrabbling.
Don't forget Squish.
Yeah, don't forget Swish. Anthea,
I got him.
since
Yeah.
you are able to look behind you from where you are, kind of like on Carmilla's back, you are going to see 6 of those horrible mutated creatures. The Grimlocks, I think they were called. The ones that were being deployed as shock troops that were actually surprisingly squishy. But behind them, roaring, are several blue and white scaled beasts with eyes that seem to just bleed energy as they run. They're like giant lizards. And since you're the only one that actually can look behind you at the moment, you can make me a nature roll. Or an arcana roll.
Arcana would be better.
Okay, they're not within 30 feet of you at this point, though. So that...
Okay. Would that have to be nature then?
It could be arcana or
Anyway.
nature.
Okay, it'll be a 24.
24, that's a pair of basilisks are
Oh.
rushing behind you. They're not particularly fast, but
What?
you know... With a 24,
Tap,
you know
tap, 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 tap. It's the Grimlock and basilisks. And there's like many of them. There's so many of them. There's like
Run.
more than
Nice.
5.
All right. So, as you are running, can I get another athletics test from everybody? We're going to do DC 17 now, because you're running with intent. And basically, we're just going to count how many failures we get. Ooh, actually, you know what? You guys might outpace them this time. That's going to be 1 success, 2 fails.
Oh, can I use my
Can I?
determination?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Can I scatter some caltrops behind us?
You
I have
absolutely
2
can.
bags of them.
Oh,
Cool.
Sindri, watch out for that rock.
Is that a flash determination? Is
Yes, please.
that a plus 5 to my roll?
5.
Yeah,
It does.
there.
Let's go.
Truly
Alright.
starting the day rolling so bad.
Oh my god. That is perfect. Way to kill my nat 20 there, Amy. All right, rushing forward, you're going to reach into your bag and hurl some caltrops behind you. You're going to hear a shriek from these practically non-verbal mutants as they step on them, blood gushing from their grayish flesh. The basilisks aren't going to do much better, and you are going to hear a shriek as one of them tumbles down, scraping its body against the tacks that you left down. They are actually going to be behind you, because I got 1 success out of 8 attempts thanks to those caltrops. And you guys got... Did anybody get a nat 1? Okay, so I've got 2 successes. Were any of those nat 20s? So I'm looking at A 12 for Sindri, so that's a fail. I have a unnatural
Sorry,
20.
we used Flash of Insight to make it a 17.
17?
I did. I used Flash Genius.
Okay, so everybody succeeded except for Lyric. Okay.
Yeah, and I used my determination on the last roll, so it can be taken off unless someone's bought it.
No one has at this point. Perfect. Thanks for letting me know because I had
get
marked
it.
that off. Okay, but that's going to be enough because group rolls are based on the lowest common denominator. So you are going to be able to make it up to this door. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll one last time to see if you could punch it through the door before they reach you. We're gonna go with a let's do big money at this point. Let's go DC 18. Okay, I don't think they're gonna be able to do it. That's 3 of them are not gonna be able to make it through there.
I rolled worse.
Me too.
Oh my god, not as bad as I rolled.
The 3 rolls have been 8, 7, 6.
Oh no.
Is a 15. Unless someone has bought me determination.
Not at this point.
Lyric just got determination.
Sweet.
All right. So looking at an 18 for this as you rush to the door. This is the door that had the bar along the back side of it. Or actually, the door was barred from this side, if I'm not mistaken.
Are the guys that were... Because this is where we fought the Ropers, right?
It is, yes.
Are those guys still there, like, looking through the bodies of the Ropers to get there?
They are not.
Amazon?
You've been gone about 8 hours at this point. Actually, you've been gone about... You did a double shift. So it's been about half a day since then. But you'll notice that the Ropers have been gutted. And it looks like whatever amethysts were in their guts aren't there anymore. Okay,
Can
so...
I tug at Carmilla's shoulder and give her Flash of Genius too?
Yes, you can.
This way. This way.
I want to
Oh.
cast Grease
Yeah. +5.
Okay. Go ahead.
in the doorway. I know that'll affect my ability to run as far.
All right, so you're
So-
casting it in the doorway that you're moving through. So who here got
One,
above
like-
an 18? 18 or above. Okay, so One.
With Flash of Genius, yes.
Squish is
Oh,
going for
determination.
free.
Thanks, Randall.
Okay, you have determination, which means that these two are going to make it to the door. You are casting Grease.
Basically right behind us as we go.
That sounds great. Since you are pausing to cast Grease, I got 1 success, which means that I'm going to be able to be right about here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. That's all I need. As you see these Grimlocks pushing forward through this blurring room, one of these lizard-like creatures rushes ahead, and you remember Candlekeep, and you remember having read stories of basilisks and how hideous, horrifying, and you know what? Honestly, just plain interesting they are. So Grease is how big of a circle again?
So it's a 10-foot square, which is why I was going to put
Ooh.
it right in the doorway.
All right,
Centered on
please.
a point within range, is within 60 feet. It lasts for 1 minute. It turns into difficult terrain for the duration.
All right, please
Each
do so.
creature standing in its area must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay. So go ahead and drop that cube and make me a DC 12 Constitution save as the basilisk locks eyes with you. And you feel a shiver run down your spine.
Oh, did you put it down? Okay, I was going to do it right in the doorway. Like the... Yeah.
Oh, the other
Sorry,
one?
my
Okay.
drawing is gross. Yeah.
All right, so that one is going to reach up and give me that con save.
Oh, please, why?
What did you roll?
What is the most dramatic thing that can happen in this
Did
moment
you roll a
right
nat
now?
1?
I rolled a nat fucking 1.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. The basilisk is going to like charge forward, lock eyes with you, and as it does, you are going to begin to turn to stone, feeling your fingers become stiff as it begins to slowly creep your frame. You feel your legs lock. You become incapacitated as grease lets out. However, it's not going to be quite early enough. Let me just double check that. Actually, you're not going to be incapacitated yet. You're going to be restrained, which means the basilisk is going to slip and fall on its ass as it runs through there, having locked eyes with you. You are restrained, not incapacitated, which is good for your spell. Sindri, what are you doing? Since you have not made it through the door yet.
I am actually very not strong. I have strength 10. So, like, I'm just gonna yell help, and then pull my bow and take 2 shots at the basilisk coming towards us.
Okay.
So, shit. I have not rolled above a 10 yet, so a 12 and a 16.
12 and a 16. Guess what? The 16's gonna hit.
Good. Well, at least that's something.
I'm actually gonna let you roll with advantage because this thing has been greased. So
okay.
Also, Sindri, this thing is covered in grease and is basically laying on its back with its belly exposed.
So in that case, can I change the one that missed into a fire breath?
Yes, you can.
Yep. So what? So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. And I know the rule about prone against ranged weapons, but come on. Its belly's facing you. That dex save is going to be a 6. So, do me a favor, and basically, it's covered in grease. I want you to double the damage from the fire breath.
So I deal 8 damage because I rolled very badly.
Oh, you only did 4 with the fire breath? Okay.
Yep, sure did. It doesn't do all that much damage, but it is kind of cool. And then I need my D8 for my bow damage. So I deal 6 damage with my bow, and then 8 damage with the fire breath. And then I'm going to step in front and use patient defense, because there's a bunch of people coming my way.
Actually, as you do that, you're going to breathe your fire breath down onto the grease, and there is going to be an eruption of fire as the grease catches alight, creating a temporary barrier of fire between you and them. Lyric is beginning to turn to stone. However, she is through the door. You could use your object interact to shut the door.
Yeah, I'll do that. Clang.
Okay. All right. Shutting the door behind you. What is everyone else doing? We're going to go out of chase initiative. So behind you, you hear the sound of screaming. Lyric is beginning to turn to stone. It's creeping up her legs, heading directly toward her heart. And
Whoa.
Sindri is holding the door shut. What do you all do?
Uh-oh. I tried to make a poultice last night. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it's better than nothing. And slap it on. And I wanted to use my what's it called? Oh my god. Not restorative reagents. Oh, yeah, it is restorative reagents.
Yeah, it is.
You can cast lesser restoration. So I want to try to cast
Lesser restoration. Well, I have a something good happens. So I'm going to say that I'm going to give you a chance.
Okay.
So, normally you need greater restoration for petrification. However,
I had a feeling, but I don't have it.
what I will allow is a lyric. You may make me the con save again.
Oh.
You're basically sucking the venom out, which doesn't actually work, but, you know.
Yeah.
Don't suck the venom out of your friends, folks.
With the
It's like one of those pimple patches, and it's just
Exactly!
Like absorbing the stone.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm using my determination that it was just bought for me
Okay.
to make that a
Don't forget your
dirty
determination.
20.
Your determination went up because of your proficiency
plus
change.
4 now.
Plus 4.
Yay.
Dirty 20. Your
So-
DC was 12.
8 to 20. Okay, thank goodness. I just didn't want to risk it.
Okay, so Anthea, you have
Yeah.
pulled her over to the corner and are applying this poultice, and you're seeing
Yeah.
it leech the stone out of her blood. She's still going to be pretty tired from this. Sindri is holding the door. Carmilla and Ella, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run up to the door with Sindri and say, "Are we continuing to run, or are we holding ground?"
Let's go.
Let's go. Puts the immovable rod back in pocket.
I think Ella will head over to help Lyric and Anthea move.
Okay.
Yeah, we can fix tired, but when you're turned into stone, that was more difficult.
Was it like poison or something?
Okay, that was a little
How does that
more
work?
alarming than I
That's
had.
What I
What?
thought. Yeah.
Is
Thanks.
mechanically is Lyric moving slower?
Lyric is going to be kind of hobbling a bit as you make it into the tunnels, as
Okay.
like bits of stone are flaking off of her legs.
Alessandra,
Prestidigitation.
would you like? Do you take Lyric or Anthea?
What's
I mean, I
Carmilla's
can walk.
strength? I
20.
forgot. 20? You should take Lyric, I'll take Anthea.
Right. I'll put an arm under Lyric.
Oh, right. Thank you, Carmilla.
And with that, you make your way back. The way that you go is very much the same as the way that you came. Now, of course, full of a host of dead spiders, the size of cows. It doesn't seem like much has transpired in the few days since you've been here. As you make your way across that room, how are you attempting to make your way through those toxic mold patches? Or the toxic algae patches, I should say. Are you going
What's
to...
the distance on this again?
It was about 200 feet.
Are we sure we can't just set the whole thing on fire?
How long will it burn? Will it hold us back?
I don't know, but it would be gone. Probably.
Well, is it possible one of us can walk on the walls and two of us can fly? And two of us can probably carry the other two. Do we want to be quick?
Yeah. That sounds good.
Hey, Anthea, do you
Yes.
think if we dilute this potion, we could have it be effective for more people, but for shorter? Or no? I'm not really sure.
Oh,
Lyric
it-
pulls up a
it-
little vial of
oh.
potion of flying.
whoa. I didn't know you had that. Diluting a
Had it
potion
for
in
a
general,
while.
in theory, that could work. Or I could just not do anything anymore. Could I roll an Arcana roll to see
Sure.
what my thoughts are on the matter?
Sounds good.
Oh, 25. I rolled a
25?
17. Oh, wait,
if you-
26 even.
If you burn
So
this
that went
down,
up.
you think that whatever oil is inside of it is likely flammable, so it should burn very quick. Think like this would be like lighting a eucalyptus plant on fire. It gonna burn.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. I think the question was more
sorry.
if I dilute a potion. No, it's not that. Yes, that was the question. Okay.
Yeah, Lyric
If
is
I
going,
dilute
I
a
have this
potion,
potion
can
of
you use it
flying.
for more
Can
people?
we make it?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
It
I
lasts
like
for,
the burning
X amount
of it.
minutes.
I like
Okay.
that burning idea.
Sorry.
However, it wasn't where we were going.
Can you dilute a potion of flying?
Yeah.
You can try. You can certainly
We
try.
do know, but
Now, was that an Arcana check to attempt it, or an Arcana check to see if you could?
To rack my brain, see what my
Oh, you could probably
thought
distill it,
process
and
was.
you could probably distill it by using a couple of reagents that you had in order to split it down. The problem is that if the process didn't work, it'd be ruined. But
yeah.
you could probably do it. It just would be a very chaotic potion. But yeah, you probably could.
Do
you have an
Or
alchemist
save
set
it
on you?
for the next time that we actually
Yes.
need it,
Always.
and the rest of us could get you out
Ching, 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 ching. Sorry.
quickly. Because I think Sindri, you can fly too, right?
I can also run across the walls, I think, with speed. I think if I do that, I don't have to worry about
Well, Carmilla can
landing.
do that too. She can
Yeah.
walk on the ceiling.
I can run behind you in case you slip.
Do you want to try, Lyric? Do you want to try?
Do it, do it, do it.
Always do the thing when the DM tells you you can certainly try.
I mean, Lyric's thinking it makes total sense. You should be able to dilute it. Right now, it lets you do fly for like an hour. That's a long time to be flying.
That is a long time.
Okay, let's give it a
Surely it
try.
doesn't have to be.
Okay, so pulling out your
Lyric's
alchemist
gonna
set.
give it a try.
I want you to make me a intelligence plus proficiency plus
Okay.
d20 roll because you're proficient with your alchemist kit.
Okay,
We'll call that a science roll.
let's go. For
Here comes the
science!
Now one.
No, I rolled a 10, so that's a 19.
So 19. You have determination.
With my determination would be a 23.
Okay. It takes you about 10 minutes. You set up your little coal Bunsen burner. You set up your flasks, your coils, and you begin brewing and trying to split this. You're watching the pale orange of the flying potion begin to dilute to more of a sickly yellow. And at one point you think you almost lose it.
Oh.
But then, adjusting the heat and tightening a couple of the steam valves, you watch its color darken again as a pair of pale orange potions inside of how many times are you trying to split it? I need to know.
How many do we need, Lyric?
I don't know. They seem to think they can get across just fine.
So just you and me? Okay, just 2.
Okay. I want you to do me a favor. And
Yes.
please do me a favor and roll me a D100.
Oh, okay.
Actually, roll me a D100 twice.
Okay. Ka-cha. 78. And 22. I mean,
Okay.
together,
That's pretty good. It's 99.
they make 100. Exactly.
Or it's 100, yeah. 22. Okay. Never go to Reddit for your side effects.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with that one instead, actually, because I'll tell you on the break what the ones you rolled were because they were weird. So that was 70. Oh, I love that. I love that so much more. Okay, now I need to know. You have 2 potions, Potion A and Potion B. Who is drinking which?
Well, A
Whichever
for
one is
Anthea,
closest to Lyric.
obviously.
Lyric is going to just toss it back because she's trusting that this is going to work great.
Okay. Anthea, can you please
Yeah.
do me a favor and roll me a d4?
Okay. 4.
Okay, and roll me a d4.
2. 42 is a good number.
Okay. Do you do anything before you drink?
No,
Here we go.
I think
Let's
she just goes
choose
like,
it.
Sure, bottoms up,
Yeah.
and then just tosses it back.
As you toss it back, you are going to hear the sound of pulling fabric.
Oh,
As Anthea, how tall are you?
like 3'4".
You are 7'4".
Wow. Ooh, I have a cloak actually.
Your clothes strain to hold your proportions. There's going to be like buttons flying off.
Oh no! I'll have to sew it back on. I have to go
Oh,
find it.
And Lyric, you begin to glow in the dark.
Cool.
Subtly, like someone just basically, okay, picture like a glow in the dark toy. You have like that level of just kind of ambient glow about your skin.
I didn't think we were out in the sun. Oh, no, it's just glowing. Huh.
Neat. Wow. This is what it's like to be tall. I can reach all of the shelves now. I wonder how long this will last. What if I'm like this forever? I'll need a whole bunch of new clothes, and my station's gonna be awfully small.
So how did this work out? Is this what we wanted?
Can you both? Are they hovering at all?
If I think flying, can I fly?
Think
You
happy
may
thoughts.
fly. You have a
Right?
flying speed. I believe it's
Perfect.
potion of flying gives you a flying speed of either your walking speed or 60. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Equal to your walking speed for 1 hour and can hover.
Cool.
But I don't think it's for an hour.
No, you both have a walking a speed equal. Pardon me. You have flying equal to let's say 15 minutes.
Cool. It worked! It worked! With bonuses.
Sure, let's call it that. I'm fairly certain there's a lot of things here that would go after glowing things, so I think we should go. Lyric's just gonna start heading.
I mean, being bigger does make me a bigger target. I agree. Let's
Is
go.
Squish bigger too?
No, Squish is normal
It's
size.
just
He's just so tiny.
oh.
He's gonna cling to you out of fear from flying. They're like, oh.
Oh, that's okay. I got you.
Oh. Thank you.
Ella, Carmilla, I'll see you on the other side. And
You're so
Sindri will
bright.
sprint across the wall. So using dash and the bonus action monk speed, so I can go 105 feet around, and then
God.
so land halfway, and then just like keep do it again. So 200 feet in 12 seconds.
Oh, that is
210 feet.
beautiful. You are going to be able to make your way across without any trouble at all. Alessandra, Carmilla, you're just going to be able to casually stroll.
She'll run, but yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Carmilla, as you are running, do you want to make me a perception roll?
Sure. I mean, I can roll it. I probably can't make it, but I believe that is a +0. Sure is. That's an 11.
An 11. Sounds good. You are going to not see any, you're not going to fall into any, holes in the ceiling or anything. No divots are going to kind of block your path. And as you are making your way, it's not going to be any problem at all to make your way across the ceiling. You don't slip or fall or anything like that. Perfect.
Heck yeah.
Alessandra, how, you're just flying kind of just dead center of the room all the way across?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for anything weird.
Okay, I will give you a perception roll as well, since you were kind of close to the ceiling. And as everybody else is flying as well, if you guys want to make a perception roll, I'll allow it.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20? As you roll the dirty 20, Lyric, Anthea, what did you get on your rolls?
10. I'm quite distracted.
What was I adding
25.
to it? Sorry.
Whoa!
25. And what would you get, Lyric?
I said, what are we adding to it? Because I rolled an 11. I'm just
Perception.
Oh. I am not great at perception. That's a 12.
And that was, what was that off you, Sindri, a 25? So, Sindri, you make it about halfway across, and as you are running, something is going to catch your eye at the limit of your dark vision. Ella, as you fly over, your wings give off a little bit of energy, right? They glow a little bit as you fly?
Yes.
So,
Let me find the description.
as Ella flies over, and the halo of radiance expands out of her wings, luminous, as the luminous energy lights up the ceiling, both of you are going to notice that there is a singular cocoon dangling from the ceiling, with what appears to be some type of scabbard sticking out from between the threads.
Ella, do you want to get that one?
Sure.
I'll cover you. Sindri, from the landing, Sindri will pull his bow out.
Ella's gonna try and cut it free and maybe carry it to a landing.
Sure.
So that she doesn't just drop this in case something is like loose bits.
If you're like stopping, I'll walk along the ceiling. I don't know how far down this thing is dangling, but I'll like hold the rope steady.
Pretty tight to the ceiling, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Kind of tucked away. It's actually kind of impressive that you didn't see it.
No.
Yeah.
Just thought it was another wad of stuff.
There's wads of stuff everywhere, really. Like, come on.
Just wads of
it's
stuff.
just wads of stuff, you know? As you are holding it steady, Alessandra, flying up to it, keeping yourself aloft with the stroke of your luminescent wings, you will see that this...
spectral wings.
Oh, sorry. There is a medium-sized figure bound in spider silk. A dark, black-purple scabbard sticks out away from the body where the spiders didn't bother to encase it. You said that you're going to try to cut it free?
Yes. That was my thought, was because if it's like attached to the ceiling, cut it down and investigate it on the ground instead of like
you're going to like the cocoon free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Take the whole cocoon and carry it down, because otherwise if you cut it open, everything just goes and if anything's still alive, then it just goes smush.
Perfect.
And dies.
So as you do that, you are going to be able to cut it free with Carmilla helping. I'm not going to make you make a roll. You can cut a rope. But you are definitely strong enough to be able to get this thing to the ground, and are going to deposit this cocoon on the other side right as Sindri finishes running across. You lie it on the ground. It's not particularly heavy, about 130 pounds maybe? Actually, no, pardon me, 110? Not light, but definitely not particularly heavy for someone with your strength. What do you do?
Shall we open it once we get to the landing?
Huh? I think Alessandra will pull a dagger instead of trying to use a longsword and cut it open.
As you cut it open, there's going to be this ripping sound as you tear into the spider silk. Within, you are going to see the ashen, purplish flesh of a drow woman. Long white hair bound in a set of long braids that hang down to the middle of her back. She's dressed in armor that's made of chitin and various substances from the Underdark, with bits of dark metal acting as buckles, as well as her pauldrons. She's dressed, well, if you had to place it, you'd say like a ranger, with a dark cloak wrapped around her body. Her face looks pristine, bearing only a few cuts and blemishes that look like they were from combat. She has a bandolier of knives, half empty, wrapped around her chest, a long sword at her hip and a short sword at her other, as well as a pair of supple leather boots. What do you do?
Does she look dead?
Make me a medicine check.
Or can I just like nick her with my knife and see if she bleeds?
Yes, you may do that as well.
Okay. Does that make it an easier medicine check?
Basically roll medicine check and don't botch to hit an artery, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Cut her head off.
That was very, very close. That was on a 1 and it flipped over to the 19.
You got lucky.
That was very close.
All right. Where are you cutting her? So she's got armor over most of herself. Her face is uncovered. Her throat is uncovered. And she's wearing gloves that you could pull off.
I figured like, I don't know, like, like, meaty part of the thumb or something.
Okay, so you'll pull her gloves off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
All right. Okay, pulling her gloves off, you can see that despite having calluses on her fingers, her nails are very well manicured. She looks like she probably takes care of herself. And as you cut, the blood pumps very slowly.
She's alive.
Oh my.
Gonna poke her.
Would anybody like to do a medicine check?
Wake up.
Yeah.
I could float over. See what I could see.
You're more than welcome to.
Okay. Well, I rolled
Probably
a
poisoned,
17.
right?
17?
And medicine is dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Investigating her large Anthea.
Yeah.
You are
Thanks.
going... Sorry, Grand Thea.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to see that there is a large puncture in the side of her leather armor, right at her ribs, shaped like the fangs of those spiders, or if I'm using fang wrong, the bite. It looks like a spider bite, a giant spider bite.
Oh, she's been bit.
Oh, so
by
she's
a
probably
spider.
poisoned?
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Well, we can fix that.
Sounds good.
How?
Lesser restoration.
Oh.
Are you just going to cast Lesser Restoration on her?
Yeah.
Okay. She lets out a deep gasp and looks up at you, her wide eyes white and darting. Her purple irises lock on your faces. And in Elvish, she will say, "Who are you?"
What?
I don't know.
Sorry. Hi. We're from Sindri will like squat down. Hey, we're from Phandelver. We're on our way back. Looks like you got bitten by a spider real bad. You okay? I mean, obviously not, but
Tell her she's not poisoned anymore, Sindri.
do
Yeah.
you speak common? In Elven?
I speak common, she says with a thick accent.
Oh.
Wonderful.
It was elective in school.
Electives are really important. That's how I got Dwarven, and it's actually come in really handy.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. Come.
Oh, sorry.
I suppose it wasn't in school, but that's how I studied deep speech.
You speak deep speech?
Huh?
And here I thought Draconic was great.
It is great. Don't sell yourself short.
And a little bit of
Doesn't happen
goblin.
Quite as often as I thought it might.
But I learned that one recently. Oh, and I grew up knowing Celestial. If that helps.
Sorry. What's your name?
Luadara Arkansas. Luadara for short.
Nice to meet you.
Luadara. From Sindri. And
So you
your
still
magic
got a
items.
hole in your side.
I can heal you. I'm gonna slap with one of my bandages that sticks, and I'll cure wounds.
You don't have anything that's real flesh toned?
Oh, it's not going to meld into your skin. That's just to prevent any more bleeding.
Why did you rescue me?
There was a sword sticking out of a cocoon. I figured, I mean, it might be living still, or it could just be cool stuff.
So you want my sword?
Meh, I've got a sword. I'm good.
You're clearly still
Hey, you
using it.
turned out to be living. Yusuf, what?
I don't understand.
What-
You.
what-
If you were living, we
let's-
saved you. If you were
Yes.
not, we would take your stuff to sell. Because you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, you
We
wouldn't.
Is
get
that how
that
adventuring
the,
works?
the
Did I
look
get
that
that
you are
wrong?
giving us. No, the look
Is that how
that
the
the
books
look that
talk
she
about
is
it?
giving
Right.
us is the look that everyone gives us because we are weird.
I don't think
It's
we're.
not
Oh.
because I'm glowing.
No, not that weird. That's I'm
Okay,
I'm
well,
sure
lose the
I'm sure
concentration.
you are not
the
surprised,
largest
Zara, by this
Goliath
extra
I have
eye.
ever seen.
That's
What
Squints
now?
at Anthea. You are the largest
Oh.
Goliath that I have ever seen.
I'm
I didn't
actually
know.
not usually this big. I'm actually usually quite small. I'm a halfling.
Oh,
Right now
right.
you're
and
a
I drank a
holing.
potion. I am a
Animals, animals.
holing now. Yeah. Is that actually rude? I'm not sure. Anyways, gain 12 HP, please.
I feel like I've gained 12 HP.
Yeah, thank you.
We're
Good.
not really sure what
glad.
that means, but just you should feel better.
I feel 12 times better than I did a moment ago.
Wow.
See, that's
Excellent.
the way to go. Optimism.
Yes, 12 happiness points.
That's a lot of happiness points.
Yeah. So
Sure. Then
you're
oh, there's
alive,
something for
so we
joy.
saved you. Isn't that simple, Carmilla? I'm
I will
not sure
make
what
you a
starts with
deal.
this concept.
Simple
Where are you headed?
up.
Phandelver?
Vandalin?
Back to the surface.
Were you coming from Gibbet Crossing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Back toward Phandelver. I am a deep ranger. One of the ones known as the Gloomstalkers. I came here as part of my patrol when I heard that some of the local spiders had been terrorized by something in the dark. Unfortunately, whatever strange things that had been terrorizing and killing some of my friends drove the spiders mad. I owe you a debt. I have no gold to repay you. But I know shortcuts back to the surface. I can get you there fast, under one condition.
And what might that be?
You must swear to never tell anyone you rescued a drow from spiders.
Your secret to our graves.
Okay.
I guarantee if you tell anyone, I will make
We
sure
can
that
say
you
we saved you
lie.
from the Mind Flayer instead.
Yeah.
An elitid?
We could just say we
well,
met
it
you.
used to be.
Was
Probably would
It's
drove
in
the spiders
pieces
mad.
now.
There was littered now.
It went squish.
But not squish
Was
squish.
litid. That is a
Now is
good
a
joke.
dead lithid.
Dead
It
leaf.
is lit
But I think it's
dead.
trying to turn all of like the surface people into more illicit. So we need to stop it. So we need to go now. This has been enough of a detour. Sorry, but
What she said.
I can take you through. You're making which way to go. Where are you headed?
Phandelver, I think.
I can take you up directly to the surface. There is also a way that goes through the old dwarven tomb. And there is another way that goes up through what's left of the Deep Gnome Bazaar.
Did we go that way before? We came through the dwarven tomb, right?
We came through the Dwarven
think
tomb. We
so.
were in there for a long
There
time.
were a lot of
Right.
Go
It
back.
was a little
Oh,
aggressive.
it's been a long time.
We do need to go to our horses. And
Mhm.
Revy Biddle.
Oh no.
He was
oh no,
looking
he's
after
still
our
in the
horses.
tomb.
I hope the horses didn't starve.
Oh, there's lots of grass around there. It's only been 3 days.
Assuming
I hope the goblins didn't eat
eat them.
That's true.
That.
Out of character, Chris would really like to go to the Gnomish Bazaar sometime.
Ah!
Probably
That sounds
not right
great.
now. Like this, out of character, I would love to. In character, I have no reason to go there when my body is like warping and deteriorating as we speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's go back and get our horses.
Whatever direction will take us the quickest to the surface, and then we will find our horses from there. We also had a friend that was heading to the surface, I believe, to where our horses were. So, yeah, the fastest we get there, the better.
But can you tell us where the bazaar is? I'd love to go there at some point.
Of
I
course.
think that would be very fun.
Do you have a map?
Yeah, I think Lyric does.
Lyric's gonna start rooting through her bag pockets, and we'll.
It
pull
is
out
not
the
nearly
map.
what it. It's not nearly what it was a long time ago.
Oh,
I'm not sure how up to date this map is either, so you might have to.
She'll take a look at it, and will mark on your map. So let's see, right now you are at Talhundreth, so it is underneath Wyvern Tor.
Ew, Wyvern Tor. I remember there being something about that place. I don't remember what it was though. I'm sure it's fine though. Perhaps after everything's calmed down, we can take a look.
It used to be a secondary trade hub to, well, Gibbet Crossing, back when that was a major selling point of coming down here. It's probably for the best, though. Too much was lost here.
There is possibly basilisks following us, so we should make haste.
Understood. I do not wish to meet Basilisk.
They're not very friendly, no.
Basilisk.
I
Common
generally
words
just told
are
them no
stupid.
thank you.
Indeed.
I didn't know you spoke Elven.
I sort of got
No, it's something I
the gist
picked
of
up.
it based on the tone.
Sindri, you might find that fairly funny because in Elven, a basilisk is literally pronounced Nothanka. So,
God damn it.
So it's
a little
actually-
narrow, his eye.
it actually turns out to be a pretty good joke accidentally. Great.
So, like,
I'll
I
keep-
don't. Lyrics looks like right overhead, has no idea.
You know what? I'm gonna hold that and make it my own joke later.
All right. So with that, Luadara is going to guide you through the Underdark. With her ranger abilities, you're going to be able to make twice the time, maybe 3 times the time you would have, honestly. You know what? Maybe 4 times the time. You are going to be back within about 2 hours of travel. She takes you through a number of switchbacks that normally you would have completely avoided, thinking them too steep, only to see that there were ancient handholds cracked into the side that she can climb as easily as someone would walk, and the rest of you still have a little bit of flying left in you, or are monks, or are a Dampier. So, which I'm going to consider a monk for purposes of running up walls. So congrats, free levels of monk for you. Oh my god, a Dampier monk. I've got a new character idea. Before
Blade.
long. Basically, some motherfucker's always got to try to ice skate uphill. And with
He
that,
could.
right, you're going to make your way back to Talhundreth. Emerging at the entrance right before Talhundreth's front doors that are propped open with those reams of old fabric. She thanks you. And remember, do not speak of this again. I am just happy to do a service for services paid.
Services paid and appreciated.
She bows and takes a step back, and the second that she steps back into the shade, she just vanishes. Like, she is completely invisible, even to your dark vision. Because Gloomstalkers.
She's
I
so
love
cool.
Gloomstalkers.
As she's walking around, oh, she's so cool.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
I can only just sort of turn invisible. I don't just vanish into shadows.
Yeah, she's really cool. Too bad we'll never see her
Isn't
again.
like the very neat trick.
Probably not.
Out of character, what's the Drow's back in town's name?
The drow back in town, that is Edermath, if I'm not
Edermath?
mistaken. Edermath Orchard. The drow's name back in town,
Darren?
I believe so. Because I kept thinking that his name was Darren in my head. It's Daran Edermath.
Daran?
Daran, D-A-R-A-N.
I wonder if Duran ever encountered her in his adventures. Maybe I'll ask.
Possibly.
He seems to have experienced much. The horses!
And as you rush out into the sunlight looking for the horses, you are going to be met by perhaps the most lovely sight that you could imagine. Looking out front, you are going to see the decrepit, bent body of Rivy Biddle. He looks up at you. Oh, hey folks, good to see you. As a horse, one of yours, leans over and chomps a carrot out of his hand. I found your horses.
Ah, bless.
Lyric's gonna count how many horses there are just to make sure they're all there.
There are 5 horses. Wait, there are 4 horses. I think there are only 4 horses. Were there 5 or 4?
4.
we all had
Anthea
our-
always rode with somebody, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think I've
5 horses.
There's 5 horses. They multiplied. Well, whose horse is this?
I've got an extra.
There are 5
Rain
horses
was
now.
all
Damn it, there's
riding.
5 now. There's a Palomino that you've never met before, just standing there, like, just kind of staring at you with very
They
suspicious
found a
eyes.
friend.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what they say.
Half horse will travel.
Yeah.
What do they say? Oh,
What?
is that a saying? You sure,
I
Carmilla?
don't think so.
Is it not? It
I
is
don't know. I've never
what
heard
we-
that one.
Is it a local?
Perhaps I have just translated it incorrectly.
I was gonna say that, you know, it's always nice to love your neighbors.
Don't get it.
That's good too.
Because
the-
of
We were talking about the
nay.
horses, though.
Nay?
Because they neigh.
That is how you.
Right.
I've got nothing really. Here. Well,
Oh.
you're pretty lucky actually. These horses got bored and they actually wandered into part of the tomb. Well, at least that one did. Points at Sindri's horse.
He must have sensed something's wrong. Or that there was a good spirit inside waiting to find him. Thanks for looking after the horses, Rivy Biddle.
Thanks for leaving a lot of rations in the packs. I've eaten my share of them. And by my share, I mean like 3. So, wait. Holy moly, Anthea, you're really big.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. I don't know if I can share a horse with anyone if I'm this
It'll
big.
probably wear off
Can I share a horse with you?
soon, probably.
Maybe.
hope.
I don't know.
It's good.
Or you could try riding by yourself there. Oh, there's 5 horses now.
Yeah, who are you going to share a horse with? I guess I'm probably not the best choice.
I'll go to the fairest.
Also, lyric.
Probably Lyric, yeah. Yep.
No, I generally don't play fair.
All right, Sindri, my boy.
Absolutely.
All right.
And, Lyric, you may not play fairs, but you do play taverns. Giddy up! Wow.
All right. Mounting up on your
Are you
horses.
gonna go try to ride the Palomino?
Sure. The Palomino's gonna. You can make me an animal handling roll as the Palomino kind of like looks at you.
Oh hell yeah! What's that? That's charisma, right? Animal handling. Or no, it's
Yeah.
wisdom. Oh no, it's wisdom.
Come on.
Uh oh. Oh, can I use my determination to make
You
that
boy.
a 15?
You can. It is going to glare at you. Oh, you got so lucky. You got so lucky. That nat 20 turned into an 8 because I'm rolling on a slant. It glares at you and then just kind of offers you its butt. You give it a couple of...
Step to the side. No, often that will mean it's a kick is coming, so we'll step around the side carefully and give it a good scritch right in that like top of the hip joint. Yes, very good. I'll jump up.
All right. You all mount up. All right. Regulators?
What?
Oh, it's an old gnomish thing. Don't worry about it.
Is that a Stephen King reference?
It's an Emilio Estevez reference, the greatest of the gnomes.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure yet.
Well, you will.
Maximum Overdrive is definitely a gnomish film.
So is the Mighty Ducks. Strange.
Honestly,
I
all
was waiting
Emilio
for somebody to
Estevez
tell
movies.
me which movie you were referencing. Thank you, Krista.
Actually, no. Regulators, I think, is something else. But
Regulators is
Stephen King and Emilio Estevez.
it's a reference to Young Guns.
Okay, another one I haven't watched. So
We're gonna watch it. All right. Mounting up. Your horses prepare to stretch some of the long overdue tension out of their muscles. And as they begin riding off, the one that Anthea's riding is going to get a sudden burst of speed. Anthea, can you please make me a strength save to hold on as this thing suddenly shoots ahead as you go whoop, 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 and shrink back to normal size?
Ooh, no, I can't.
What'd you get?
It's 3.
All right, sounds good. Can I get, let's see, I'm going to roll to see who is riding behind you right now. So, Alessandra. Carmilla. Nope. Sindri. Oh, Sindri. You are riding directly behind Anthea as she topples off the back of her horse. Can you make me an attack roll to grab her?
I thought you meant to trample. Oh god.
Well, so you know how well I've been rolling all session. So I got a 12.
You got a 12?
Yeah.
What's
Actually,
your...
You know what? If I use my determination, I can catch you.
That's true, you can.
Oh.
Or you can run her
I'll
over.
use I will try not to run her over. I will just, use my determination, just, side saddle. Oh, I'll do the Legolas trick.
Yep. All right. Grabbing her back up, the horse that she was riding is going to look over her over its shoulder with a bit of confusion and do a loop to be remounted.
Oh,
1 second.
thank you so much. Oh, I'm normal size now. I was scared I was gonna be so big for forever.
Your clothes are a little baggy and loose from where you stretch them.
Oh no, that's okay. I can sew them back. Sew them back tighter.
And with that, you ride off towards Phandelver. Toward a totally normal return to form, right? We'll find out after this break. Hey folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Get my horse.
My horse is amazing. We are back. Hello, everybody. The break took a little while longer because I had to pull horse tokens out because we need horses. And
Don't worry about it.
The Palomino is definitely the one with the red border who looks suspicious. He looks suspicious. Hey, everybody, welcome to the break. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to the chat for just a couple minutes. So I rolled on 2 lists, or I used 2 lists, Anthea, when you did the potion split, because I was like, all right, I'll let you do this. And it'll just be a random thing. one would have made you, so one was that your size went up by a d4 in feet for 1d4 hours. Then the other was that you gain, you resist 1d4 radiant damage per hit, or something like that, or have
Ooh.
resistance to radiant damage. So I decided that also made you glow a little bit.
Nice.
The alternative was that you get to climb trees really well, which I guess would make your feet weird, which for Lyric would have been really weird, going from hood to like monkey feet. And the second
my
one
God.
was you think you've been turned into a frog.
You think so?
You
Oh my
think so.
gosh.
And that was the Reddit one that I was looking at. And I'm like, never trust Reddit to do your
I don't
job
know.
for you.
That's pretty good.
I think it'd be more fun in a LARP
Why is she acting like that? Yeah.
That's very fair.
when you're
Although,
sitting
if you pair that with the picture that Amy sent earlier of the frogs, would be way more terrifying if they just
yeah.
ran on 2 feet.
So it's when you were talking about the running sounds behind us. I was like, that's what I was imagining. Was a swarm of frogs. Oh
yeah,
my
they
God.
only leap when they go in for the kill. So, folks, we have a lot of really cool stuff happening this week. We were supposed to have Star Trek today, but it didn't materialize on Patreon because I was a Smeepy boy. And because... I'm still a Smeepy boy. Because we have a guest storyteller who's coming in. We're going to be running it on the 9th? 2 Mondays from now. So be sure to tune in for that. And then some other really cool stuff. We are not running Phandelver next weekend because Christine and I are in Kelowna hanging out with Robin. Or at least in the Kelowna area, hanging out with Robin. Partying out here. So we are going to be unavailable. Plus it's Labor Day, so we're taking Labor Day off. And then we're actually wrapping this chapter. So we're going to be doing a how to run chapters 5 and 6 over the following week. So we got a little bit of time. Come up with some questions. Let us know what you want to know about running this module. Stop yawning, Kelly. Oh, God. I don't get a good enough sleep. And we will try to cover that. It'll be a lot of fun. Other cool things that I want to announce is that some of you might know that Planescape isn't running anymore. Don't worry. You'll know more about some parts of that very soon, and some of it's funny, I guarantee. But in place of Planescape, we're going to be doing a rush. So starting the week after next, we're going to be running Dreams of Arcos until it finishes every week. So that'll be great. And then Cold Iron is going to be starting up. Our new homebrew module that's going to be coming out as its own adventure path is going to be running at the end of November. And basically, I think it's going to be on Sundays. At this point, we're looking at Sundays because it's the easiest. And is going to be running repeatedly, I think about every week. However, in the interim, to fill in that little gap, we are going to be running a little short run with some people you really like. It's down between 2 games. I'm just figuring out which one I want to run the most. One is a Chronicles of Darkness game. One is a game that we've never seen on the channel before, but I've been talking about running for a couple years now. So it could be a lot of fun. Besides that, other things, we have a bunch of new stuff that's coming to Patreon. Starting tomorrow, actually, because Descent into Avernus begins. I've already done my paint tests for my blue. I'm very excited. I got my magnetic horns. I'm stealing that idea from Amy. Amy, do you have them on a headband under there?
Sort of. So I have a elastic headband that has magnets in it, and then I have magnets attached to these, and I stick them together.
Yeah, that's
That's underneath the wig, and then a chunk.
So you have an okay, cool. I have an elastic headband, and I have like a hard headband. So I was thinking
so
of
what
it.
I did was mine was like it had a seam in it, so I cut open the seam, stuck them in, stitched around the magnets to keep them secure in place where I needed them to be, so they wouldn't shuffle around or come off, and then that's what keeps it secure.
That's really cool. You're clever. I have to paint my ears tonight, actually, for that. So a couple things that I actually can announce, because I don't want to tell you too much cool stuff that's coming to Patreon. In late September, early October, we are doing a series of Modifius's Fallout. that is coming. I know just in time for the release of the show, only like 6 months late. But I didn't get inspired by watching the damn show. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Other things that are going to be coming to the channel very soon. Stop yawning. Whew. God, I'm sleepy, guys. I've only had like 2 giant cups of coffee today. What else was I going to announce? There was something really cool. There's definitely some really cool stuff in the new year. I have so much like good stuff for you. It is that we're doing something cool, aren't we? I thought there was something really cool coming out.
Always.
I know, it's too many things. There are so many games coming up. It is ridiculous how many things are happening. Oh, thank you so much, Ashwin.
You know what? If you don't know what it is, we're keeping a surprise for later.
It's true. But definitely descend into Avernus. And hey, if we hit 175 paid patrons over on patreon.com/dorktales, then Christine's got to run that Regency era thing. And if you hit 200, I'll run another Mage Chronicle. Like, just straight out. I haven't been prepping it or anything, so you should probably do it. I might run 2. Hit 200. I'll run a new Mage Chronicle for every 100 patrons we get. There you go. So join the Patreon, damn it. I already got some ideas in mind. I even have a theme song and have some stuff that I've been working on. I'm pretty excited about that. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I need to stop yawning. Sorry. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Does anybody have anything cool that's happening in their lives that they want to share?
If you want to try rugby in Vancouver, send me a message about it. The Vancouver Rogues are an inclusive gay rugby team, and we're looking for players. We start our preseason tomorrow. Oh, God. So.
Oh, do you actually?
Yeah.
Do you want us to come to your games? Do you want us to come?
If you're ever in Vancouver on a Saturday, I just posted the schedule, so come on by. It'll be fun.
All right.
Probably.
I want to go to Vancouver more often and do some cool stuff there, because like Vancouver it's aight.
There's a lot of food places. That
oh my
keep
God!
sending me
Everything
short
that's coming
videos
on
about.
everything on TikTok these days is just food, and I keep sending it to Amy, and we keep going like, let's just get really round.
Have you considered coming to Vancouver and getting around? It's real easy to do.
I have considered
Yeah.
it.
There's so many like hot pot places and
we're screaming and screaming and doing things.
yeah.
But we do
keep
too much
hearing
cool
about
stuff.
Big Way, and I'm like, this sounds really good.
There's so many good food things.
Yep.
Well, the thing is that we're trying to modulate the schedule so that there are more weekends, there are more breaks and stuff like that. Because I have found that I need more time off because I run too many things, which is good because I'm not going to be in everything that's going to be running in the near future. I'm going to be producing and doing some back end stuff, but I want to actually be in it. Let it run without me. And you'll see some new stars on the channel soon. You'll see some great, cool stuff, more one shots and stuff like that. And then, the other thing is that this week, so we got a 4-shot this week, 4 games in a row. So tonight is Phandelver. Tomorrow is Descent into Avernus over on Patreon. It's only $5, guys. You should join. Cal's running. It's going to be great. Wonderful cast for that. Wednesday is Transylvania Chronicles. And Thursday is Vecna Eve of Ruin, because we had people that were busy on the Friday, so we're doing it on the Thursday. So come on out. It'll be a lot of fun. And what else I have to tell you is I almost went and saw The Crow the other night, and then my common sense picked up, and there hasn't been a good Crow after the first one, so I didn't.
Well, you saw that their reviews were like open to influencers only and not critics until launch, right?
Oh God, no, I didn't even know that.
Oh,
I went and saw Blink twice instead. And it is the first movie I've ever seen in the theater that had a content warning before it. And it lived up to it. But it was a fantastic movie. It has some very dark themes. Quick warning, the content warning is real. So look it up if you are, it's got some very dark subject matter in it. However, the subject matter was handled, so it's got some violent content toward women in it. However, it was written and directed by Zoe Kravitz, who is a woman. And I tell you what, if you watch a movie with that kind of content that is written and directed by a woman, it's oftentimes done much more tastefully. Surprise. And actually is like, wow, I really feel uncomfortable with this, but it serves a function in the story rather than is just gratuitous. It's a great movie. If you like, if you wanted to see what Glass Onion was like, if everybody in that movie was evil. So if it's a good double feature with Glass Onion, I would strongly suggest anybody who likes dark themes and thrillers to go check it out. It's also just great to go with your girl pals. Weird. Anyway, just check it out. It's pretty great. That's what I would suggest. I'm considering going to see that new serial killer movie that's coming out soon on the weekend. There's a lot of good movies in the theaters right now, and it's weird. I'm not used to it. Because I saw Alien as well, and the new Alien is like... It's like my third favorite Alien movie. Right?
I haven't seen it yet, so I was like bracing for impact. I'm like,
no,
please,
it's like,
please don't tell me it sucks.
No, I was like, oh, is it better than? Because like, okay, tier Aliens is the best because it's the most fun and I love it. It's got Paul Reiser as a douchebag. I love that. Then Alien's a little. It set the standard, but it's also a little slow in places. Like because it's 1978, I believe it was 1979. So it's got that kind of like slow molasses build. Romulus kind of has that. But I feel that in a couple places, it is a little bit The Force Awakens. Like they're kind of just doing a redo in a couple of places. But it also has some of the best acting I've seen from one particular actor in it in the entire franchise. Like he's phenomenal. You'll know.
And then it's Covenant, right?
I haven't seen all of Covenant.
Shocking.
Yeah, I saw Prometheus and I just couldn't handle it because of the dumb choices. Like, hey, I'm a scientist. Let's just take off our helmet. Let's just take off our helmets.
Let's just break quarantine. It's fine.
It's fine. There were parts of Prometheus that were really good. And then there were the parts like the last half, really good. But all the stuff it took to set it up was like, these guys deserve what they're getting. Like, they're dumb. Anyway. Go see some cool movies. Go support the arts. And it is the Channing Tatum renaissance right now. He has 3 movies in theaters right now, if you count the one about spaceflight that just left.
Good for him.
Right? It's good to see Also, it's real funny, because if you go watch Blink Twice, and you're like, wow, he's a real piece of shit in this movie. And then you look and you're like, oh, wait, he's engaged to Zoe Kravitz, the person who wrote and directed it. So it's one of those like, hey, honey, you want to be a real douchebag? And he seems the type of guy that would... I like Channing Tatum because he seems the type of guy who's down for literally any role. If you've seen, what is it, End of the World? With the dog collar? Yeah. What?
I watched Bullet Train the other day.
It's so fun.
It's so fun, but Channing Tatum in that movie is so ridiculous, and he's only in it for like a total of 3 minutes, but he's the highlight of that film.
Is he in a dog collar again?
No, but Brad Pitt sits down in his chair and he's like, "Hey man, can I buy or can I pay you to wear my hat or something like that?" And he's immediately like, "Is this a sex thing?" And then like 3 other people try to talk to him and he's like, "Is this the sex thing?"
I totally forgot Channing Tatum was in that movie. Holy crap.
It's so good.
Okay, so are we all like down to be friends with Channing Tatum? We're all good with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I kinda
So
wanna go
Channing,
watch Bullet Train again now.
do it.
I wanna see it.
You
It
never
looks
seen it?
fun
Like,
from the
right
trailer.
now.
It's been a great
I
show
want to go
tonight.
sit on the couch as
all
Ellasandra
gotta
watch
go.
Bullet Train.
We all
I'm
gotta
gonna watch
go.
movies. Bye.
We got to go watch Channing Tatum. And of course, he was a cameo in a certain movie that you all should have seen by now. So please go see it. You know which one it is. All right. I've been waiting a long time for this. I'm going to make a name for myself in this episode of Phandelver and Below. All right. Let's head back into game. All right. Hello and welcome back to Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, here on Dork Tales. The ride back to Phandalin goes fairly smoothly. You have to make the occasional stop in order to rest your horses and to rest your bottoms. Rivy Biddle, in particular, is a bit more sore in the saddle than he probably used to be when he was younger and sprier. But soon enough, you are going to find yourselves in the outskirts of Phandelver. You can see distant buildings, farmsteads in the distance. And as you are headed back that direction, a small shape is going to come into view. A boy stands and looks in your direction, and then runs toward the horses, waving his hands over his head. Anybody with a passive perception of 12 or higher is immediately going to be able to recognize this boy as Pip, son of the innkeepers. Does anybody stop?
Oi, Pip, what's up?
Hey! Oh, I thought you guys were gone forever.
No, where would we be gone forever?
Because you've been gone a bunch of days, and I've been out here in the middle of nowhere looking around for help.
Why are you out here?
Help for
Shouldn't you
what?
be at home?
Okay, I was out playing with some of my friends, right? And then we got separated, and then I saw yesterday I saw these they were really weird, like big floating gray triangles. They were just
no.
They were bouncing through the hills over to the east of the farm fields. So I thought they were dangerous. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about them, so I could warn everybody. You know, be a hero, like be a hero. Looks down at his feet. So I followed them. And then they vanished, but then it was too dark, so I didn't want to go across back home by myself. So I camped out, and well, when I woke up this morning, it was it's kind of dark out, and there was something glowing off in the distance. So I followed it a bit, to here, and I think there's something wrong with Daisy.
What?
Daisy. Daisy's a cow, old North owns. She,
Okay.
And why do you think there's something wrong with Daisy? And what sort of wrong?
she's glowing? At least she was when it was dim out. So I've been following her around.
I was also glowing recently too, so it's not always a sign of something wrong.
Maybe she just.
Do you
drank
also have a
potion,
weird-
too?
Do you also have a weird tentacle growing out of you?
Oh, whoa!
Oh, anyhow,
Very
here,
specific question.
Surprisingly.
Pip, here's a cheat roll for you. Goes into the bag and you must be starving.
I'm pretty hungry. I did find some crab apples, and they're not particularly good, but I always keep a sandwich on me just in case.
Good man.
Thank you, sir.
Now, where's this Daisy?
Oh, she's right over the hill. I was scouting out with my dad's telescope. He holds up a busted up telescope.
Okay. Do you want to wait here with Rivy Biddle, our friend who is just might want to look after a horse of mine for a minute while we go forward and take a look?
You could probably hang out with the young'un.
Sindri will help Rivy Biddle off the horse.
Oh god, this used to be so much easier.
Yeah, I know, bud.
Oh, death comes for us all.
It approaches us all inevitably.
Yeah, it used
Sindri
to be a
will-
lot slower.
Do you want me to take a look, or do we want to all go up together?
Lyric just kind of shrugs.
It's
Well,
it's
do you think we need to be stealthy?
it is a cow.
Yeah.
Well, Does that mean we need to be stealthy or not?
I don't know. I've like spent time on boats. I don't know much about cows.
Neither do I.
Honestly, if it is a cow, it would be better off for us to approach it not loudly, but make our presence aware so we don't spook it.
Like, oh, cow, hey, cow, that kind of thing.
Correct.
Just like that, Sindri.
Loud
Please
clapping?
do that.
No, not the loud clapping. That's the opposite of what you want.
Okay.
Just drag your feet slightly so it rustles more, so they know you're there.
Okay. I feel like you're all
How
playing a
do you
game with me,
know
but I
all
will
this?
try this. Sindri
Didn't
will
you grow up a
shuffle
noble
his.
as well?
Sorry, was that at me?
Alisandra's like, didn't you grow up a noble too? How did you know all this?
I escaped the place. I escaped the manor quite a bit to spend time as much as I could with the normal people that would spend time with me.
Oh. Yeah, everybody around was my parents' tenants, so I just got returned.
Yes, I was as well. Mine were as well, but they liked me more. My uncle was not a good landlord.
Yeah, whereas my parents were like the big epic heroes, so their word went. Alright, so you have to make noise, but not like harsh noise.
You don't want to sneak up on it.
She's watching very intently on what Sindri's doing.
All right.
Just don't lift my feet and drag my toes. Don't lift my feet and drag. Oh, cow.
Sure.
Hey,
let's
cow.
just give it a try.
All right. Climbing.
Alexandra's gonna stay away from Sindri, but kind of try and follow to see what's happening, jingling every step.
As you do, climbing over the hill, you'll see that a little bit down, just casually grazing on some of the grass, is a archetypical black and white cow. It continues to munch on the grass and then burps back up some of its cud. And as it is kind of just casually grazing, you're going to hear some flies buzzing around. One of them buzzes near its tail, and it lashes a little bit to try to get it away. The horsefly comes back, buzzing closer to its rump again, looking to get a bite. It shakes its tail again. The fly comes by for a third triumphant bite attempt. And then suddenly, the cow's flesh is going to shiver, and a long tentacle is going to come out and whoosh the fly out of the air.
Is
The
that
cow is-
normal?
No. No. Not even slightly.
Huh. I've never seen a cow up close.
I think you're right. I think there might be something wrong with Daisy.
Well, what are we gonna do? You could have just
Does
let
it
her
look
go,
like
I
it has
guess.
fangs? Or
I'm
is it
not
like real
sure we
teeth?
can actually do anything to fix it. So,
Is it aggressive? Or is it
Oh,
just gonna
cow.
mind
we
its
want to get that
business?
much closer. Oh,
Hey, cow.
Wait! Shield of faith.
Oh, the cow is going to moo up at you. Oh.
Do cows like apples?
You have 10 minutes to provoke it,
I
Sindri.
like pretty much everything.
Sindri will bring an apple over to said cow.
You know, in terms of provoking things, I don't think that will be a problem for him.
Make me an animal
Does it
handling
have
roll.
fangs?
Yo,
Tentacles.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Beautiful. The cow is going to take a look at you as you wander over. Is anybody else getting off their horses?
I got off mine enough to run over and actually like tackle Sindri with a
I think Lyric's offers as well.
Okay.
A shield of faith.
Yeah, I'll step off mine.
All right. So
I think we'd all kind of gotten off anyways, because didn't we leave Ruby Bittles and the kid?
you helped him off the horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cow toddles forward, her udder swaying. Obviously, this is a milk cow, and she's going to gum at the apple in your hand, and then is going to cough loudly. And as she does that,
Watch out, Sindri.
Sindri, can you make me a
I think
dex
it's
save?
gonna puke.
Oh, that's not normal.
23.
That was either.
All right, you are going to duck out of the way as a whole load of gray vomit is going to explode out of her mouth like a fire
Well,
hose.
it happened.
And as it hits the ground, the vomit is going to congeal, rising up as oozes. Can I get an initiative roll from everybody?
You're welcome for that shield of faith, by the way.
Thanks.
Well, shit.
Not this
Gross.
time, actually, but still just as gross.
Thank you for that, Anthea. That's absolutely what I needed to hear.
All right. So let's do some ooze combat. Oh, holy crap.
Dun, 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 dun,
I could not have rolled a
Ooze
weirder.
combat.
Dun 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 dun. All right, looking at the initiatives right now. Oh, I see 2 20s. Beautiful. Okay, so looking at the initiatives, these things are slow as hell. So we have Carmilla tied with Ella, then the first ooze, then we have Sindri, then we have the second ooze, then we have Anthea, Lyric, and then the rest of the ooze crews. All right, perfect. All right, top of the initiative, Ellasandra or Carmilla. What are we doing?
Do you think this is a sort of oozes that are corrosive on your blade?
I would not recognize one. Perhaps don't use your good weapons to check.
But that's all I have left. Are there rocks around?
Sure. There are
I'd like
field
to throw
rocks.
some rocks at it.
Okay.
Just to see what happens, I guess. Test out the waters. Maybe you can move them away from Sindri.
All right, sounds good. So picking some rocks off the ground, you can go ahead and make me some ranged combat attacks.
Right, so that's just
It's
strength
just,
and
it's actually a dex roll.
throw. But it's a thrown attack.
That's a good point. I never remember throwing.
I
I'm thinking
believe
like a
it's
heavy enough
whatever
rock
you
that I'm like
use,
throwing.
generally. Ranged can be if you use dex, then you use dex. If you use melee, or not melee, if you use strength, you use strength. I'm pretty
Does
sure
it
is
still
how
after
it
you have the
works.
finesse property, like daggers?
So you're just looking to pick up a
No.
big field rock?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, I'm thinking like I'm throwing something with my strength.
Okay.
I'm not.
You'll have
finessing
to
a
run
small
right
stone.
up to them. So go ahead. I'll let you pick up a D4 improvised rock. That's about like a big piece of shale. So you'll have to move right up to them as you unearth this thing and make me an
Like a
attack roll.
hand axe is a thrown attack, which is strength. It's kind of what I'm thinking, like a
All right.
chunk of rock.
Make me an attack roll versus the northmost one.
Okay. And it would just be plus strength.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna do anything.
What'd you get?
6.
Nope, that's not going to do it. Even with your proficiency.
Why would I have proficiency? I'm not proficient in.
I guess you wouldn't be proficient in rock. Only Lyric would be as a bard.
Improvised.
Okay, so you're going to pick up... You have a
Not quite
determination if you want to
right
spend it.
Sure.
Okay,
Bonk.
that's going to be a hit.
10?
10, bonk. It's a news.
Really?
It's news.
Okay. What's damage from
So it'll be a
improvised?
D4 plus your strength.
Okay. Woohoo! That's the 4, so 8.
8. Okay, that's going to beat its armor class. So 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam a rock down into it. And it is going to just shiver as this rock slams into it and is unable to melt through it. It just kind of sinks down along the side of it, like it's sliding down a jello mold.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna move 10 feet back, because I didn't move my full move to get that close.
You didn't, and my reach is not that good. All right. Carmilla, what are you doing?
I think I'm just gonna go at it with a mace. I figure squishing it is gonna be good.
Probably. Squish is always good.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that it has magical properties, and if this does burn it, I hope it doesn't burn it. I will run not quite directly ahead, just over to the one next to... Actually, I can probably make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'll get to the other side of it if I can.
Okay.
And take a swing-a-ling, or 2 swings, I suppose, at this ooze.
All right, give it to me.
Womp. That's going to be a 13
Hit.
and a 26.
That is definitely a hit. Roll me damage.
Fantastic. Does anyone want to move? Move. You want to move?
Can you move me? Because this doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, right?
No.
It does not.
Can you move me up beside Daisy there? So there.
Like across? Yeah.
All right, so
Perfect.
diving through the gap between them, you come up next to Daisy. And Carmilla, you smash Lightbringer down twice. Lightbringer has no problem cleaving into these things with its heft, but as it splatters a bit, you're going to hear a little sizzle as some of this ooze strikes your armor from splash damage. And you're going to see that it starts eating away at your armor, mostly cosmetically. There's just going to be a couple of pock marks along your greaves.
Okie dokie.
So it looks like
to...
this thing can dissolve metal. But it's not dissolving Lightbringer.
Okay. It'll do 24 damage.
Holy crap, how do you do it?
Probably swings by and sort of golf swings it up into the air, or field hockey is it up into the air, and then sort of gestures Sindri to come through underneath it, and then waits for it to fall and just smashes it straight into the ground.
Sounds good. And you can step through with your movement because we're using cleave rules and deliver 10 points of damage to the next one.
Sick.
Beautiful. The first...
And yeah, splash that and then come up on the side.
Okay, the first ooze is dead. Now it is Sindri and Ooze 2's turn.
Get for Sindri, it burns.
All right, I'm gonna try and stun Daisy. So I'm gonna make my 2 attacks against Daisy the cow.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit?
An 18 absolutely hits Daisy the cow.
Hits the cow, and then I guess a 25 also hits Daisy the cow.
Yes. Are you doing lethal damage?
No, I'm gonna do non-lethal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do non-lethal damage. Hold on, let me. So non-lethal is 8 damage, and then 7 damage is 15 non-lethal damage to Daisy the cow.
Okay, and you're going to use a stunning strike?
Yeah.
Daisy the cow got a 19 on resistance.
All right. How
However,
many times do I have to teach you this lesson, Daisy?
so you're going to crank the cow twice, and the cow is going to look at you for a second, totter on its feet, and is going to fall over, unconscious.
Okay. No more oozes from the cow.
But as it falls over, you're going to notice that its skin stops shivering as the last little bit of gray bile clings to his cow or to her cow lips, and there's no more tentacles sticking out of this cow.
Well, I'm gonna use my snap to. Actually, no, I have to use a melee attack to use flurry of blows, so I'll get burned. But I'll drop kick the cow. I'm gonna try and drop kick this ooze.
Drop kick at the ooze. This
19
ooze
to hit.
19 to hit is going to definitely hit this ooze.
And it's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage on the second ooze.
7 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ooze. That is going to be enough to rip it in half. How do you do it?
I'm just going to just like smack, and then spin and just like axe kick it straight through.
Perfect. All right, the next ooze down the row's turn is going to take well, it doesn't look, it kind of oozes in your general direction, and is going to, I'm just going to hurt them more. Can I get Carmilla and Sindri to both make me an int save?
Do I have advantage due to the helm?
Oh, you absolutely do.
I'm going to use my new ability, Indomitable, and reroll that 4.
Okay.
That
17.
becomes a 7. So that's a 9.
A 9.
And I'll use my proficiency or my determination if I have it.
You do not.
Oh, duh. Okay, that's a 9.
Okay, you're going to take 9 points of psychic damage.
Woof.
And Sindri, you are going to save, so you're only going to take 4 points. And does the helm reduce that further? Does it give you resistance?
I believe so. But I will.
So it is going to tremble gelatinously, and both of you are going to feel blood begin to dribble out of your noses as you get a sharp headache. Sindri, just a little bit out of you, but Carmilla, both of your nostrils are going to start going all 11. And that is going to be my turn. Anthea.
I think it's Lyric first.
Lyric.
Right, okay. I don't like any of these things, and I really don't like the cow being the way it is.
The cow appears to be normal now.
Is
That
it?
it's
Is it though? Or is it just gestating more of them? I don't like this. This is terrifying. I don't trust it. So I'm going to cast Shatter. It's a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point, which is going to be just to the south, so I don't hit Ellasandra or Carmilla or Sindri. Don't hit Carmilla, Sindri. But it will hit the 2 slimes, oozes, and the cow.
okay.
They all 3 need to make a Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they take 3d8 thunder damage, or half as much on a successful. The spell save DC is 17.
That is 3 fails.
Cool. Let me just... If any of them are made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal, they have disadvantage on the saving throw.
It does not matter. They all hooped, and one of the oozes botched. So,
Cool. I will roll my 3d8.
let me just double
then tell me-
check. They are resistant to that, and that, but not that.
I'm assuming they might be resistant to thunder, but I'm trying it anyway. 8, 6, 10, 14.
D&D cow hit points.
That is 14 thunder damage.
14 thunder damage?
Yeah, I didn't roll very well.
Okay. That is... Wow, cows have more hit points than I thought they did. Huh. What do you know?
They're relatively sturdy, I guess.
Yeah. However, when it's in death saves, that's not going to matter. So, cows don't get death saves. If someone spends something good happen right now, I might save the cow. Otherwise...
I think what Lyric does here, too, is that she...
you know what?
Musical instruments as her focus for spellcasting, right? She doesn't have just her nickel harpa. She's also got like, I'm pretty sure she has like I have written down that she has a stylophone and an automaton that are used with like magically powered. So it's probably something obnoxious sounding for the shatter effect.
Okay, so you're gonna hear brrr, and you're gonna hear the cow kind of like roll its eyes and go brrr, as the cow explodes.
Ah!
All over both of us.
Ah!
Oh no, Daisy!
Blood
I
and
can't-
gore is going to rain everywhere. As someone just thought something good happened, but it was too late. It's too late. The cow exploded. The cow
The cow
exploded.
exploded.
Can something good happen? Be Pip looking the other direction for this?
Yeah, Pip.
God.
Yes, Pip did
Lyric's
not
face
see
is just,
what
like,
happened.
Blank, just focused, serious. Just no.
There we go. Put a big X through that cow because that is an
Oh, no.
X cow.
Yep.
I can't revivify
Um,
chunks of cow.
Yeah, you can just roll it back together.
Oh
Just
my god!
Make sure
Just
you don't
use
get
the
any
user's
dirt
name.
in there
like
because
a
then it'll be
deranged
ground beef.
Snowman. Please don't.
Oh no!
Would you
That's
like
how
to
you
fill the
get, like,
meatball?
alchemical abominations.
Do you want alchemical abominations? Because that's how you get alchemical abominations.
Yeah, for real.
And
So-
ants.
Real Full Metal Alchemist.
Someone clip this. All right. Exploding cows. The two oozes are going to tremble with impact as that hits them. They are not destroyed, but they're definitely hurt.
I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to Anthea.
All right. Anthea, you're up.
Thanks. Let's go! I'm going to use a firebolt
All
and
right.
bardic inspiration.
Oh, wait,
Ding.
pardon me. One of them
Oh.
botched, so there's one
Oh.
left.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for that one then. Oh my god. Can I save this? Can I save? I mean, I probably could. Could do 12. Wait, does 12 hit? Wait.
12 hits. It's ooze.
Wow! Okay. I rolled a 3. That's awful. But I rolled a. Oh, I actually rolled a 7 because I'm using my bardic inspiration. Oh, I'm an idiot. So that would have been. I don't know.
Christine's
15.
losing her mind.
16.
No. Don't have a cow, Christine.
Anyway.
It was the chat. The chat and the. Is it pining for the thoughts?
I guess,
Oh god.
Got me again.
I guess that burger's to go.
Oh.
All right, you said 16 damage?
So no, well, more than that. So that's 4 for the bardic inspiration. So 4
Okay.
of the.
So
thunder
I have to
damage
roll for
question?
that one sec. It got a
Oh,
nat
okay.
20! It's immune to the thunder damage from the bardic.
Oh, that's okay because it's also going to take 18 fire damage.
Okay, it is resistant, which would be very good for
Oh.
it if it had more than 8 hit points.
Nice. Oh,
So-
perfect. It would take
So go
9
ahead
fire
and
damage.
tell me how this happens.
Nice. Probably there was. Oh, I guess it's an ooze. It doesn't really crack. It's just gonna kind of like when you drop a really hot metal ball into, I don't know, any sort of liquid. It's just gonna do that from the top of its. From its top.
All right.
It's not really a head. I'm just
And
gonna.
as the firebolt slams into it, quiet is going to overtake the field again. Bits of cow continue to rain down on you.
Prestidigitation.
So you're just gonna look at Lyric.
We dealt with it. What? Oh, sorry. Prestidigitation.
It was unconscious.
And it was creating oozes.
But you know what? You are right. You're just gonna look at Carmilla.
What?
And
You're
her a
saying I'm-
towel.
Prestidigitation. Does anyone else need it? No, I think.
Oh, no,
you
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, sure. Thank you.
I think it is if these kind of effects are happening all the way out here, I think we best get back to Phandelver. Pip,
That's-
how long have you been out
Agreed.
here?
About a... Oh my god, what happened to Daisy?
Don't look. Just turn him around.
Yeah, please.
What?
How long have you been out here?
About a day and a half. Holy shit, she blew up. I mean, sorry.
No, that's, you know what? That's fine. Today, that's fine.
That
You
is an
honestly-
acceptable reaction.
Perhaps don't say it in front of your parents.
I think that they would say it too. Did those
Probably,
oozes
but
blow up the cow?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's go home.
But
Lying to
Yeah.
children, so heroic.
yes.
Wow.
Everyone does
This sucks.
it. It
It kind of
does.
blew, actually.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah. We have to figure out. So you said that those gray triangle thingies, where did they go again?
I kind of lost him to the north of town.
To the north of town. Okay, so they weren't going towards town, right?
No.
Okay, well that's good. 'Cause those things are gross. If they're what I'm thinking of.
What are you thinking of?
Mhm. Just gross things.
Yeah, I don't remember their names, but we encountered some. And it was not good.
Definitely sounds like weird stuff. Do you want me to take you where they were, or should we just go back to Phandalin?
I think
I-
assessing the damage in Phandalin is the correct action.
Precisely. I need to get a sense of the situation and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Poor girl.
Just, it's honestly, it's better for her than the fate she was likely to otherwise.
She was just like the nicest cow in all of Phandalin. Oh well. Rest in peace.
This is-
Yes.
All right, let's go. Giddy up.
And as you hop back on your horses, the camera is going to linger where in a pile of ooze, you're going to watch a cowbell slowly dissolve.
So, in other words, it was going to be dissolved from the inside out, probably, anyway.
That's a great assumption.
Gross. Really gross.
You make your way back toward town. From here, it's about a 15-minute ride. Rivy Biddle, Pip, and the rest of you ride around through the northern side of Phandalin because it's the easiest way to go back in. But as your horses approach, you'll start to hear a bell ringing and the sound of people shouting. As you round the corner into Phandalin, you can see 3 figures scuffle on the ground before the Shrine of Luck, surrounded by a ring of townsfolk, shouting and looking on in both fear and amusement. For on the ground, Sister Garael, the acolyte of the shrine, fends off Guildmaster Halia Thornton, while the young clerk from the general store, Ander, claws at both of them. And as you look at them, you can see the tail marks of veined skin and strange growths present as they continue to fight in the dirt. it looks like whatever you were looking into has made its way back to Phandalin. Which is where we'll pick up in a couple of weeks as we've made it back to Phandalin and Chapter 7. So, folks, that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to be picking up in 2 weeks with a How to Run Chapters 5 and 6 of this. And we'll be heading back into this again on September 16th? Yeah, because we're taking Labor Day off to go hang out and not do labor. You blew up the cow. The cow is literally going to be fine. Once it vomits, it's fine. Just so you know, what happens is it eats a bunch of infected clovers. It starts to mutate, and then it gets sick when you approach it, and then it's fine because it chews its cud. It recycles, you know?
And how are we supposed to know that?
I don't know.
I tried
Maybe it was
knocking
like
out.
worms.
Poor Daisy.
Poor
Well,
Daisy.
Poor
Rip.
Daisy and Daisy and Daisy and Daisy at piles of cow.
Daisy and Daisy and Daisy and
Daisy
Daisy
and
and
Daisy
Daisy and
and
Daisy and Daisy.
I feel like at the end, Lyrics looking at this going like, so should we just go to Neverwinter?
Yeah,
Let
probably.
someone else handle this?
F in the chat for
Honestly,
Daisy.
This is above our pay grade.
let's just go.
Hey, folks.
Oh no. Let's just leave.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. This is going to continue to get even wilder now, so I hope you stick around and enjoy it. If you're on our Discord or watching this on YouTube, please leave a comment in the chat down below for any questions you have for the How to Run episode, because we're going to be covering chapters 5 and 6, both of the intro chapters of the Shattered Obelisk portion of Phandelver. So basically the and below portion as well. So anything that happens after Lost Mine of Phandelver is going to be covered during that talk. And we're going to be talking about like ways to spice it up, things that I really don't like about the module and things that I really do like about the module. I've been excited about introducing you to Daisy since like day one. So
I just wrecked her. I'm sorry.
I don't care. It was funny. I'm like,
Boom.
I guess it's going to happen. You know, it is what
in
it
the
is.
Chat for Daisy.
F in the chat for
F in the
Daisy.
chat, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what happened? Hold on one sec. Our frame just vanished.
Oh, it
Oh,
sure
wow.
did.
What the hell?
It's
The
the
frame is
ghost of
also being
Daisy.
Yeah.
She's angry.
Oh, is that the ghost in the middle?
Yeah, apparently.
Little peek behind the scenes.
Little peek behind the scenes. It's just
we
dark.
actually come from this awful black void.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Voidlings.
Now you know our secret.
That's my
Wow.
secret cap. I'm always in
And
the
now
void.
you have 7 days.
Right? Exactly.
You'll begin to cough.
All right. Hey, folks, thank you for tuning in. If you are on the Patreon, you get my hugest love and support. Everybody gets it, but you get the biggest ones because you're going to watch Descent into Avernus tomorrow night. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific on our Patreon, and it's going to be publicly released in about 3 months. Thanks to everybody who is supporting us, starting with my mom, our divine producer, and my stepdad, Bob, our demonic producers, Mysterium MK and Sorcerer Sanguine, who are going to have some real fun next Tuesday with Shards of Nirn for some reason. Our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Karasha Urquhart. Big thank you to Tammy for all the lovely comments that she's been leaving. To the Ink Goblin for all of the mage-related stuff that he keeps sending me, and of course to Karasha for doing some extra work and getting a special credit in the upcoming Ozric's Heroic Histories book that's going to be releasing next week. Oh, that's the other thing. Ozric's Heroic Histories is pretty much done. It just needs the last couple of feats and class features, and then it's going to be released probably around Labor Day. So go buy it when it comes out. It's going to be on DM's Guild. Thanks to our monster maker, Soul Omen, and to our High Council, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Kelowna Curd, Mike Baxter, Iridian, Brian Kaler, and Nerdy Metal Gent. If there's anything else you want to see from us in the future, let us know. And until then, don't blow up any cows until you've checked them. I don't know. I guess technically, Lyric made sky beef. It's the opposite of ground beef. Good night, everybody. That
I'm just
look on
waiting for the
Christa's face
fire
was worth it.
beef and water beef.
Water
So we
beef.
could earth fire.
You know my favorite of all time, right?
Your
And
favorite
one day
what?
the fire beef
My
came.
favorite joke of all time.
What is it?
What do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Oh,
Lean beef.
Bill.
Also Bill, but lean beef. What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Ground beef. And what do you call a sheep with no legs and no head? A cloud.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know why, but for some reason I thought haggis.
Oh, no, I don't
All
love
right,
it.
fine. I'm Scottish enough to tell this joke. Fine. You want to know the difference between a Scotsman and the Rolling Stones?
No.
The Rolling Stones saying, hey, you get off of my cloud, and a Scotsman says, hey, McLeod, get off of my you. And with that, we'll see you next time on Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Good night, everyone.